Hello, everybody. This is Dom from Upstate Supernatural. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to view our show. And we have Steve Morgan, Southwest UK Ghost Hunters. It's here with us right now. Uh, I'd like to thank everybody that's here viewing. We're just going to go ahead and ask some questions, and then later on during the show, if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask, feel free to write them in the chat. AT Jenna is going to get those questions set aside so that towards the middle of the show we'll start asking those as well. But I'd like to thank Steve for joining us.
Hey guys, thanks a lot for inviting me.
All right, and the first question I have for you, if you could tell us, the name that you like to call yourself and the group that you work with, or if you work as an individual in paranormal.
Well, people just call me Steve. I normally try and work with a group, but the person I'm usually doing it with hasn't contacted me for quite a long time, so that's a bit of a blowout. But I do work with my two nephews time to time. I'm really going to do some stuff again in the near future with them. So it's practically me on my own at the moment. I'm looking for other people I can go and join, invite when I do infestations at some particular stage. But the group name is SouthWestGhost. I also have a group, well, a new group I'm forming called Unwanted Souls. SouthWestGhost is mainly to do anything paranormal. Unwanted Souls is mainly for residential investigation. Names.
Okay. How long have you been investigating in the paranormal?
Well, when things first started happening, it was November 2011. There's nearly 5 years. About 4.5 years.
Okay. What caused you to be interested in ghost hunting in the paranormal field?
I've always kind of been interested in watching like ghostly programs when I was like growing up, early teens, and when I got married. It was only when I was pulled down to Kent, his sister saying like, my dad wasn't coming, I'd survive overnight. I'd go down to the hospital with him. And I stayed there with him. And in the morning, when he passed away, I kept saying to him, like, if you can come and visit me and let me know you're around, if you come back on the other side and communicate with me. Well, about 2 months after he died, it started happening. And that's how I started getting into it, because I wanted to find out what these weird sensations were happening to me, what was causing it. Started like on YouTube and researching, what was going on in my house, and I found out it's paranormal. So I thought I've got to get into this. I want to find out what actually does happen to a person when they die. Did their spirit leave? Their soul's still there, or whatever. But it's like just so many questions I want to find out and get answers. I got to get into
it. All of us have some interesting stories. Is there a particular story that you would like to tell to do with the paranormal? Like something strange that happened to you out in the field?
I've got a few actually. The most scary ones was when after I'd done a Ouija board, I was in my accommodation and my bed rocked violently, not once but 3 times in the night. Later on I found out on the Ouija board was my mate David, who died many years ago. He came through to try to communicate with me, and when David was alive, that was the way he used to come round to my house and wake me up. Like, every time he used to come round, I'd sleep in bed. He used to shake my bed violently. And I found out, it was David trying to find a way of communicating with me. That was another one. Another one was when I was doing a investigation, not far from me actually, me and my nephew was doing it. It was a children's house, and it wasn't really scary. It was like kind of like surprising, startling. I kept saying, there's all three of us there. There's me, my nephew Aaron, and the actual guy who owns the house. Roy. It was all in the room, and it was about 2 or 3 hours into the investigation. I was saying, look, if there's any spirits here, don't be afraid of us. Come and talk to us. If I see it, knock on something, touch one of us. And as I said that, I felt like a hand touched me on the shoulder. Like that, turned around thinking it's my nephew. My nephew was just sitting there. He goes, what's the matter? I said, I've just been touched on the shoulder. He said, here he goes. It wasn't Warwick, because Warwick was like in front of us. But that was kind of starting. But that's true, the best one. One of them shaking his leg. And my friend touched on the shoulder. I've had a few things happening now. Being run across the room, or pushed across the room. I think been stabbed a couple of times by an invisible force and blood right up. That's all captured on my screen. I've had a few kind of weird things happen.
How many investigations would you say you've been on, or that you've done?
Oh, is that like residential or just like normal outside work?
Just in general.
In general, probably. Well, I used to do a lot of cemetery work. I used to go to cemeteries all the time. Some cemeteries I've visited about 10 or 12 times. If we don't count all those and just count them as singles, I've probably done about 4 residentials at the moment. Done a lot of outside work, Mitcham Common with Simon, Wimbledon Common with Simon, Stratton Common with Simon, Croydon Cemetery with Simon, residential with Simon. So Simon's done a few with me. Simon James, as you know, but I've done a lot of outside work. Commons, probably about 12 or 15 investigations. Some of them, as I say, has been about any time. It might even be more. I really have lost count. I'll say about 15.
Okay. And a lot of people like using certain devices. They like using like K2 meters. They like using tons and tons of different devices. Is there specific devices that you enjoy using?
Yep, I do actually. I like using my EM Pump Pros, which I built myself. I'll quickly show you. This is my EM Pump Pro.
Oh, actually, just hold that a second. I'm trying to fix the. You're a little bit dark, so I'm going to try to fix that real quick.
Okay.
General. And I should. Okay, there we go. That's a lot better. And you were about to show us one of the devices.
Yeah, a couple actually. It's EM Pump Pro. I can control the EM pump with the control switch. It's actually controlling the actual motor spring inside. That one I like using. I've got the REM pod that I've made my own kind of version of the REM pod / REM DD, which is my DC pods. Sold a few of these. What kind of got me though, I started building a couple. The first one I ever made, I was told to pay for is in UK Ghost Numbers. The first day he went out and filled on it, put hits straight away. Now my one, I would get no hits. I was thinking, why am I not getting no hits? Why am I not getting no hits? It took me 4 weeks or I start again. But yeah, you know, this is similar to the REM pod. I do use the REM pod. I do like the REM pod. Best one is the K2 meter, as I said. I modified mine with sound on it, so I'm outside in the daytime. Problem with K2 is that when they first bought them out, they never had sound on, so we were like in the daylight and the sun's like knocking the LED, that's the passing the LED flashing. So I found a way of putting a buzzer in, and I use my K2 with buzzers then. So yeah, the K2 meter, the REM pod, out DC box, and I've got a few others like the millimeter. And bits and pieces. But they're the main ones I like using.
All right. What do you find to be the greatest part of doing an investigation? I've asked this quite a few times. The reason I phrase it in that essence is a lot of people, they like to go into the investigation, they like the thrill of it. And then others, they actually like going through the footage. I mean, there kind of is a little bit of a mix between the two aspects. So, I mean, what would you find to be your greatest part of doing the investigation? What do you feel to be the greatest part of doing an investigation?
Right, the greatest part is actually going and doing, like when I done Kenny's house with Simon, I've done 2 little mini investigations with her. I went round her house, done some EVPs, took some photos and some mini video footage. And I was getting to know what was happening there, finding out the stories, what she was telling you about, the activities you can get in. Not just at Kenny's, but Warwick, the main residential ones I've done. I like going there, hearing the stories, and collecting the evidence, and trying to do a bit of research on it before we do the full main kind of like investigation. I like going in there and trying to be friendly as best I can. I don't like provoking them. I don't think provoking them really help. I'm pretty sure whatever you do, you're going to get some kind of evidence anyway. Even if it's just needed to do for like 8 hours, at least you've got something. But if you're going to ask what the worst is I do not like going through all of it. I'm the one that goes through the videos, TV everything, because no one else wants to do it. So, that's the worst stuff I hate doing, is going through the evidence afterwards. I'll probably like put everything up online, all the videos, and I won't review them because I don't have the time to review them all the time anyway. And I know sometimes some of the videos can be 6, 7, 8 hours long, maybe more. Any one, the last residence one we done was like about 38 hours of video. Now, I never got to watch all of that, but people do go on the channel, and if they get time, they watch it, and they report back to me. I'm saying, oh.
Yeah, I really, with YouTube and live investigations on YouTube, I think it is, it's a new evolution.
Yeah.
Because a lot of ghost hunters, I personally, I know quite a few people that they want to go out and investigate, but, they don't want to go through the footage. And I mean, sometimes the best things that are found is actually in the footage. And if you don't do it, you're going to miss that stuff. But with the YouTube aspect, people that watch, the viewers or anybody that happens to view the stuff that's out there, when it's a real investigation, they may see something that either we missed.
Yeah, that's right,
or something we never even knew was happening around us.
Yeah, on some of my little videos I've put up, even if it's been in here, I've put the videos up and people have gone through them later and said, oh, did you notice that shadow thing behind you, or did you see that massive orb go flying across your head? I'm thinking, no, I didn't see it, but thanks for letting me know, I can go back and watch it, some crazy stuff's happened, I tell you, in my flat.
Yeah, I think in time it could actually be utilized, to actually help investigators if they're able to tune it in the right aspect. I think it could be a huge, useful aspect for the field.
Yeah, like you say, like the viewers help us out as well as we're helping them out, because we're giving them stuff to watch and entertain, and they're reporting back on what kind of experience and what kind of things are happening there.
All right, and on to the next question. To any people that might be interested in joining the field, is there any tips that you might have for them? I mean, the biggest basis that I do this show is to show the reality of ghost hunting. You know, a lot of people, they'll watch the shows or they'll see certain aspects. But I mean, this series for me is to show people the real ghost hunters that are out there doing this and the reality of what it is to be a real ghost hunter. So, I mean, is there any insight that you can give to anybody personally that would be interested in joining the field?
Yeah, if they're really interested, first of all, try to find a group that may be near to you. Because they'll have equipment for you to hopefully use, and teach you to use it. If you're starting off on your own, then you would need to kind of do some research on the paranormal, watch YouTube channels, find out what equipment that you may need to use on the ghost adventure or ghost investigation. You don't need to spend out a huge amount of money. Start off basic, really, data meter, camera, digital recorder, and possibly a video recorder. That's all you really need to start off with. And you can upgrade, buy more and more stuff as you go along. If you was going to go to a certain location, try and do a little bit of research on it first, try to find out if you're going to have to pay to get in. If you're not, then it's great, cut the costs down. Try not to spend too much money on doing the investigation. Try to do a bit of research on it. Just like research, really. When you start asking questions, it's really those things that is quite important. Just kind of be kind to them. Just make out if they're still alive and friend, just treat them with love and respect. I'm pretty sure you'll get some kind of right or some kind of answer. Some kind of evidence at the end of the session.
All right. A lot of people have their views on different devices and different tools. I do kind of go a little bit specific with this, just because I do some of the shows with spirit boxes and ITC. So I mean that's probably why this question's in there in an essence. But what is your viewpoint on things like spirit boxes? Do you think they work? Do you think they're useful for the field? I mean, what's your personal opinion on spirit boxes, and are they a necessity, for the field?
Yeah, I do think they are actually, because I've had a lot of good responses on ghost boxes that I use, especially the one I hacked myself, which is the Amiga one. I actually sent over one to Living Dead Paranormal, and they've had nothing but excellent results on that one. And they said that's the best ghost box they ever had. I still get people asking me for these ghost boxes, and I can't get them anywhere. I just had an email today, funny enough, saying, "Oh, I've been watching Living Dead Paranormal ghost boxes. They're getting so much brilliant evidence." I've asked them where they got it from. And they told me they got it from you. Have you got any more? I said, "No, I'm sorry, I ain't got them. I can't get them anymore." But ghost boxes wise, there's so many different ones out there. You can hack yourself. They give all kind of different kind of results. Especially the physical ones. I've never had much on the 7 on both those. But the other ones, like the Sangium, always get
your audio is kind of cutting in and out on that. Just to let you know, you were saying the first few ones, it was hard to hear it.
Right. So yeah, the two I normally use is Sangium and my Amiga. The PSP 7 and 11 I do not like. Software ghost boxes, there are some out there you can get free, and there are some you actually pay for. Some of them do work, such as Clean software. They've got several ghost boxes I use in that, and I've always had some kind of right results on them. But there are other ghost boxes out there. I'm not going to mention who rated or sells them, but some of them.
Right.
But be honest with you, physical ones work better, or hardware ones, the proper ones you carry around with you.
Right. I mean, it's the physicality. People put their hard work into building them. So I mean, you kind of know where it's coming from to an extent.
Yeah.
All right. And then the next question is, if you're talking about spirit boxes, you got to talk about spirit boards. What's your viewpoint on things like the Ouija board? A lot of people find them to be negative. They find them to be like a conduit or a portal to talk to hell. How do you feel about Ouija boards? Do you think they're dangerous, or do you think they're just another tool?
To me, it's another tool, just like anything. Ghost box, EVP recorder, anything communicating with spirit is a tool. Whatever you're using, it's the way of opening the gateway, a portal. It's still communicating. A lot of the stuff that are being said about Ouija boards are dangerous and they've been attacked with a lot of it's people just mucking around. Well, I don't know how to operate the Ouija board. I've never really had much happen to me. I've probably had one or two things that happened to me since I've been using the Ouija board. And I've got two Ouija boards on there. I've just got the Arca Brothers one recently, which I've got off eBay. But I even used the Ouija board on the Android application, and I've had pretty good results on that actually. But as long as you use it properly and you don't start messing around, it's just like any other tool to them. So, you feel threatened, it goes down straight away. If you don't feel threatened, carry on. It's like those box. You're still asking questions all the way through, and you're getting answers just like the Ouija board. Apart from the Ouija board, the spirits have more energy, got arms, and actually reply to questions. The ghost box is like voices coming from the ghost box. It's just like another tool to me. And I try to go down properly every time. And as long as you do it at the same time, if you've got one, you use it properly, you close it down properly. It's like a tool.
Right. And is there certain devices or applications you feel work better than others, like certain K2 version or certain millimeter version, certain spirit box version? You kind of already did answer that with the Sanjian, and the SP7 is not working too well for you. Is there any other devices, like a certain device that you would like to recommend for anybody maybe new to the field that would be interested in using it?
Millimeters. REM pods. I think you're going to get some kind of good results on anything.
Okay.
It's just more you have to research it and check people's reviews out. And if you've got a lot of people giving a good review, then buy the piece of equipment if you've got the money to buy it. If you're not getting, or you don't see many reviews on a certain item and you still like it, then it's up to you if you're going to spend that money to go and get it, because it's like with any piece of equipment really, it's more trial and error. With a ghost box or a millimeter, you go and buy it, spend money on it, you get it home. It's not guaranteed it's going to work straight away. It can take several days, couple of weeks, in a couple of months before you can get anything like that. I don't know.
All right.
Really.
And okay, what would you say you feel personally is the worst thing you ever came across in the paranormal field? Just I asked this question so that others can be aware of some of the dangers or the reality of it being possibly dangerous. So I mean, what is the worst thing that you ever came across in the paranormal field?
What's the worst thing that's happened to me? Nothing really at the moment, apart from being pushed across the room and stabbed in the arm a couple of times. I had a very new spirit here.
Okay.
A certain person told me it's going to happen. Happened. You're going to have to kind of like be prepared for anything that may happen to you. To be honest with you, you're going to go into the paranormal. It's not going to be all hunky-dunky on you. It's not going to go extremely well, 100%. You are going to get the odd one or two times where you're going to kind of get some kind of attack or some kind of possession or something. It's like 1 in a million chance, I suppose.
All right. And I only have a few more questions, just two. What is your theory of why or how ghosts exist?
Well, that's a hard question.
It's a question we all should ask, though.
I think it's because I was stuck on. Well, I've always said that when a person dies, it's the body that dies, their soul and the spirit still lingers, and I believe that those spirit souls kind of like linger in between different parallel universes, or kind of like time and space kind of thing. Um, that's why we're doing it. Why do ghosts really exist? Are they stuck? Do they go to the other side? Do they go to hell? Are they stuck in limbo? Do they need help? Like, are we actually really communicating with ghosts? We might be just communicating with some kind of weird energy form that only know or understand about. The invisible alien we could be talking to for all we know. But, yeah, it is a hard question to answer actually. I do feel like that after we die, something happens to us. What it is, we don't know.
And that's what you're searching for, is to find out what that is.
Find
I,
out
I,
what you
I
are.
gotcha. I mean, if you want to jump back on that a little bit later, I just want to rush through some of these questions so the viewers can start asking you questions as well. This is the last question I have for you. Were you ever a skeptic? Like, did you, or per se a non-believer? Were you ever at a point where you didn't believe spirits or ghosts existed at all, and then did something change you to believe in that, or have you always kind of had a thought of believing in it?
Well, the first time it ever happened to me was when I was very young. My cousin said that his friend's house was haunted. I didn't believe him. He said, well, at a certain time at night time, in his friend's house, a rocking chair would move by itself, and the rocking chair was his friend's mum's. So his mum's, in other words, his grandma, who was haunting that room, and the rocking chair would move every single night. I didn't believe him. We went there, waited till it started getting dark, all the windows were shut. I didn't see no kind of like wire or string or anything attached to the rocking chair. After being on that 15 minutes, rocking chair starts moving slowly, and started like getting a bit faster and faster, and that was it. I was at that place. It kind of scared me a little bit, but I thought like it might be some kind of trick. But later on, in my lifetime, I did start watching a lot of like paranormal, ghost events and stuff like that. And another time, like ghost, I'm thinking, well, maybe there is that, after we die. I didn't think about getting into it until 2011. And things started happening to me after my dad died. Am I skeptic? Well, I said this to many people. I still have that little bit of skepticism in me. What that is, I've never seen a full-blown apparition of a ghost yet. That's why I'm here trying to find out and research and investigate and find out if ghosts really do exist. Until I actually see that ghost, I can say I'm still around about 15% skeptical.
Okay. All right, and all the viewers, if you guys have any questions for Steve, AT Jenna has been copying them down, and we'll start going ahead. So if anybody has any questions that you would like to ask Steve, feel free. Thank you everybody for watching, and Steve, again, thank you for being on the show with us. Towards the end of the show, I would like to have Steve tell. Actually, you can do it now as well. Tell everybody where his channel is, where they can check out his stuff. He also sells gear. Check it out. It's actually affordable gear. It's not outrageously priced like a lot of the other stores that are out there. So check that out as well. And you can talk about that right now before we get some questions going, or you can do it towards the end. It's really up to you.
Right towards the end, I can see that Rusty's asked about several questions actually. So let's do the questions and I'll do the other bit later.
Okay. And Jenna, you're still here with us, right?
Yes, I am. Sorry. I got choked up there for a second. Hi, Steve. It's good to see you. I have a question. I'll start off with my question, and then I'll get into the viewers' question. My question for you is, do you have your own paranormal code of ethics? Like, not written ethics, but just stuff that you follow and do, like, just how you basically investigate. What's your view on ethics? There's been a lot of talk of this recently, and that's just what
I couldn't really hear that well, but I'll just go with the flow really. If I feel like there's something in the then I'll do it. You know, if I want to do something, I'll do it. If someone wants me to do an investigation, I'll go and do it. You know, it doesn't matter if the house is supposed to be so haunted and so active that, you know, they say there's a poltergeist active. You get there, and nothing really happens, you know, kind of thing. Go with the flow. If anything happens and something attacks me, and it's my fault for being there, really, you know. But
yeah.
like, I'm doing it because I want to find out the answers. You know? I've been communicating with all the friendly schools at the moment, but now I want to try to go on to the answers. But like, call up the demons and do this kind of witchcraft stuff and that kind of stuff. I want to try to communicate something negative, find out why they're negative, what caused them to be negative. Is there any way we could stop them from being negative and help them cross over? If we can do that, I'm pretty sure some people are sorry for what they've done, and they are trying to find a way to, like, prevent themselves. So, like, you know, I would like to see, you know, how many people actually try to do that. Not really many people who actually go in and communicate with it. But I know what to do. That's what I'm
Okay. Thank you, Steve. Well, this question is from Rusty, and he wants to know how many hours of closed caption television footage have you recorded, and what is your best evidence that you have?
Right. They're rusty, mate. There is thousands of hours on YouTube. There's over 700. Some knows videos are like 8-9 hours long, if you know. The best evidence I've never stopped knowing just the eyes and my camcorder. And that's at Jordan's Wood, where I caught 2 apparitions in the first session. I did not get home and put the video up straight away without reviewing it. And I forgot about reviewing it until about 2 months later. A little voice in my head saying, "You need to review that video." I think they also need to review that video. So no, I reviewed it and I saw this apparition of a monk there. And like, oh, I was kind of like phased out. I was like, flabbergasted, like, so excited. I took that clip out and put it on as a second clip on YouTube. Anyway, a couple of days later, I heard that same little voice in my head saying, "Watch it again, watch it again, watch it again. You're missing something, you're missing something." I watched that whole video again, and 5 minutes after we put that first apparition, there's another apparition. So I took that clip out and that's and I did catch it, you know, I did see that with my own eyes. I caught it on a night vision camcorder, my Sony night vision. But for some reason, about a month or 2 later, I felt like I need to go back down to Jordan's Wood again. So I went down there, we went to the fields, and again we caught another apparition down there. And the weirdest thing, both times we went down there, we didn't feel no kind of presence around us, we did not feel no negativity. But it was like so quiet, you know, possibly wasting the but you know, we caught 3 apparitions in 2 closets there. So, you know, it's kind of weird. But, you know, evidence-wise, I've caught those, I've caught really weird EVPs, actual AVPs as well, actual force phenomenon. where you can actually view them. Disembodied voices, in other words. All shadows, loads of stuff. I wouldn't like to say how many from because we've got there's just too much to go out through. There's over 700 odd videos there, so how much time that is. I wouldn't like to count how many kind of evidence we've got. Hundreds probably. 45 or 600 on that. Too much.
All right, and let me see where we're at for questions. There is some audio issues, I guess, but it's not happening all the time.
Yeah, it's not happening all the time.
Yeah.
I have another one from Rusty. What device does he have in mind that he would like to hack and add to it?
Can you repeat that?
Yes. What new device do you have in mind that you would like to hack and add his own Southwest twist to it?
Oh, well, Russell knows that. You ask that. If I get the money when it comes out towards the end of the year, and if there's a lot of good reviews on it, it goes dark. That looks like one piece of cricket. If there's a lot of reviews on it, and I've got the money, I'll probably go and buy the Ghost Dog.
The only issue with that is they have said if you pull it apart, it will fry the internals. So, if you're gonna do it, be very careful.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to wait until the reviews to see like if anyone gets any problems with it, and if there's going to be any kind of like updates and like because I think when they actually put it out on sale, it'd be like version 1. If there's a lot of bugs in it, it's going to start frying the board up.
Oh, I plan on getting it as well. I heard November is the sale date for it.
Yeah. So I might wait till like the new year. Wait till it's been out for a few months. See what the like the reviews are. And if it's good reviews and no one's getting a lot of issues with it, I might buy it in the new year.
I see the question that Rusty asked, and then I see Paranormal Skeptic asked the question. Something about healing stones. What makes a rock a healing stone, and how does making it smooth change the static properties of the stone itself?
Well, I'm only starting to learn about healing stones, so I can't really answer that question. But he did put some stuff on my community, which I was reading. I think he's skeptical about the healing stones with the healing power. And you're saying about, if someone's sick, why don't they go to the doctors? That's meditation. But you've got to realise healing stones have been out hundreds and thousands of years. Even people were doctors in the, like in medical profession. And they've always classed that certain stones for different purposes. So, that's why I'm trying to make my own healing. I'm not going to be healing stones. What I'm going to make, I'm just going to get my stones, put them in a tumbler them up, move them, and get my own little collection of nice smooth crystals. And if I have enough, say if I had 20 amethyst crystals, which have been tumbled, I'd pick out the ones that I like, and I'll probably sell the other ones, just to make some money back and buy some more stones. I'm not going to put them as healing stones, because the thing is, people buy them not just for the healing purpose, but they buy them for the actual stone itself as a collectible item. Like people buy crystals, like I don't know which it is or it is something. They just buy them because they want to collect them. Different shapes, sizes, colours, it's not so much about the healing, it's more about me collecting different stones. That's what I'm going to do. Keep buying black stones.
There was a question after that, Jenna, as well. So,
I have it there on my spreadsheet. What is Steve? Kirsten wanted to know what is behind Steve's spirit drawings
what is behind Steve's, but
Spirit drawings?
do it,
Spirit
do it
drawings.
right.
The drawings that you do, your drawing, your spirit
Oh.
drawings and so forth. She's wondering, how are you able to do that? What abilities are helping you with that?
All it is, like, it's only been, I started seeing and hearing a lot more spirits in the mind and dreams, and it's not so much when I'm sleeping. I can be sitting there and suddenly a face would appear in my mind's eye, and I believe that they must be quite spiritual, because like, why would I stand next to a face in my mind's eye if it's spiritual? So, every time I see a face, I believe it's spiritual, and I try to draw them. I can't say that every single one of those people that ask me people, it could just be of a vision for someone who may be in the process of life. I can't say it's not anything like that, or anything like that, but I just feel like it's a gift I've been given. And when I first started drawing them, they was like really rough energy. And it weren't, until some of you guys out there helped me to go on an art class, which I appreciate your donations for. I started learning to draw better pictures, and instead of drawing like a small image like that, it's now like full kind of like facial image, and it's like 15, 20 times bigger than they normally are. And sometimes I do get names for the spirits that come through to me. You may say, well, like, oh, maybe it's making up. Why should I be making up? Everyone's got some kind of like static or some kind of like spiritual rhythm.
Based off the same question, my curiosity is, I guess a question myself. When you see them, to draw them, is it through a dream or does it happen like during the day? Just out of curiosity. When does that typically happen for you?
Well, it's sometimes, it's both really, day and night, it doesn't really matter. Sometimes I just might see the odd one or two. I have had the time where I've seen like about 15 to 20, I'm like playing myself into the brain, and guys I can't probably draw one or two, yeah. But some of the times I only used to see them for a couple of seconds. But now, it seems like they want to spend a bit more time. They know that I can draw them, find it. And if the spirit was perfect right now, they're fighting, and I was like, oh no, I can do it. And it's going through my mind. So yeah, I can do that 5 minutes. I can draw them as best I can and get them right. I know it sounds crazy, but that's why I do it. But the only thing is, I do not like states. I block anything that I want to do. Where they've had this come from like worms and magic and that in the face, not seeing anything like that, I'll block it the right way, and that is quite a good sometimes. That's it, I'm not doing it. I don't like the way you're those sort of like, I'm not going to do it, but otherwise I'm not. I have turned a few spirits down the road. I'll tell you one thing, when you see a spirit come through, half his face and saying, it's frightening. It's also makes you feel a bit like, not so much unreal, but you feel uncomfortable, and it kind of makes you feel a little bit sick. So I try to just draw the ones that come through as if they were live, still alive in my mind, show themselves as they were before they died.
Any viewers, if you guys have any more questions, I'm not sure if Jenna also has more that she has.
Yeah, I have a question here also from Rusty. Where do you see yourself 10 years down the road in this field?
Sorry?
Did you hear the question? Where do you see yourself 10 years down the road in this field?
Probably the same thing I'm doing right now, probably still being on my own or doing a couple of like, little investigations. I'll still use the same equipment, probably, and the same moving out or something on my instead of my stuff. I would like to try to get a group, known group, if possible. The only thing is I need someone in the car, but otherwise I should be professional. Obviously get a group or join a group. I would like to either join one or have my own group with more than 5 people, because too many people in a group unanticipated and cause a lot of contamination on the evidence. Minimum 4 or 5 people in a group. If I was to get a group or if I was to find a group. Can I just go back to the tumbling stone ones quickly again?
Yeah, go right ahead if you'd like to.
And on about, making stones as healing stones and selling them is like a no-no in this book. Well, I have not said I'm going to make them as healing stones. I have said I'm going to make the stones and have them in my collection. And the ones that I decide that I don't want to sell, I will just sell them on eBay as tumble stones, not as healing stones. Because people still collect stones. They don't have to have a healing power. And I'm not going to put them on as a healing stone. I'm just going to put them on eBay if I decide to sell them. Tumble stones, ideal for what collectors don't use. That's it. I'm not going to mention nothing about healing. Although someone has said to me, well, if you were to make that stone yourself, if it brought energy going into that stone,
your audio's cutting in and out again. Sorry, bud.
So yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this microphone.
Okay.
Let me just quickly plug the other one in.
Okay. Let me see.
Is that any better?
Yeah, that sounds a lot better.
Oh, okay.
I see Ghosts of Britain, Lee. He's asking, do you investigate for yourself, or do you do the YouTube stuff to present evidence just to the public?
Well, I do it because I'm still learning, so mainly for myself, but I like to share the evidence that I'm getting to the public so they can see what the hell is happening in my house, what kind of activity I get in my house, what kind of equipment I use. Because people don't come on YouTube because they want to just see ghosts. They come because they want to hear the people talking. And yes, I do get people here who want to listen to me blab on. They come because they like seeing the activity going on in my flat, the orbs, the shadows or whatever. Had things knocking down, like dolls going off, K2s going crazy and stuff like that. So some people like to see the activity. Some people like to see Tammy the cat. So yeah, it's just like whatever I do, I share out to the public so they can see what's going on in my flat. If they want to just watch and learn about the equipment, that's fine by me. If they want to watch the activity, fine by me. If they want to just sit and listen to my voice blabbing on, fine by me. If they want to come and see Tammy the cat, fine by me. I'd do it because I like doing it. And if anyone don't like it, they don't need to be on the channel.
Right. You saw, Jenna, you saw Michael's question, right? Jenna, you still there?
Yes, sorry, I was switching between screens. I'm sorry. Yes, I have his question.
Yeah, I had him rephrase it just because it was a little bit tough to understand at first.
Oh, yeah. But do you think it's okay for a ghost hunter to try to contact family and loved ones, or should they let someone else do it, like a doctor should never treat a family member?
What do you mean by family? Family as in like your own family, or family of like other people's family, or?
No, like your own family, like your, like you trying to contact your dad. Like, do you think you should contact your dad or try to contact your dad? Do you think he'd come through better for you, or should you let someone else try and contact him? Like,
Well, for me, I've always spoken to my dad, and I believe he's always around me. So, trying to communicate with your own family, I don't think there's no harm in that whatsoever. Because if they didn't want to talk to you, then that's up to them. If they want to talk to you, then it's up to them again, kind of thing. If someone came up to me and said to me, like, tomorrow, say for instance, say a friend of mine come up to me and goes, oh, like, one of his family members died about 6 years ago. Do you think it'd be okay if I communicate with him? And I say, well, yeah, you could try. It's not going to harm you, because I never harmed you when I was alive. They ain't going to harm you when you're dead. But, it would be better if you had someone there to help you to go through it, to guide you the way to communicate with spirits. Because, like, you could be asking a spirit questions and they might be giving you, like, dishonest answers. And if that is so, then that is not your family kind of person who died, like, 6 years ago or whatever. I would say, at first, have someone there who knows what they're doing first, and then see how it's actually done, and then after that, you want to go ahead and try it yourself at another time and date, then go ahead for it. Just try to speak to them and respect them the way you did when they were alive.
I think there was another question on that. I already know the answer to this. Ghost of Britain actually asked it. It was the subject of have you investigated outside of your house? Which I already know you have. I know you and Simon have. And then in reference to the stones and so forth, anybody that's curious on the information that Steve has about it, feel free to contact him on his YouTube channel or jump on his Hangouts at some point and discuss it. I just don't want to stay stuck on the same question. That's why I'm trying to kind of move on to that question of you definitely investigate outside of your house. I know that.
Oh yeah.
So
I did do a little hangout about stones last night, but not many people came on the hangout to talk about the stones. But I will be doing another little hangout next week or this week sometime. And if anyone wants to come on and talk about, what stones are, why they're called healing stones or whatever, feel free to. I'll do that probably Thursday.
I actually have a question for Steve.
Yeah, not a problem.
My question is, I know you do a lot of ITC work in your house, and do you believe in portals, and do you believe by doing a lot, as much of the ITC as you do, that you could possibly open a portal in your home?
Well, every time you're doing something, you always open a doorway or a portal. I believe I've got at least 2, maybe 3. I've got one in the living room, I know that. One in the kitchen, in the corner, near the window. And I think I've got one here, just near to me, on the, just over there, near that mirror is. Just over there. People say to me, don't you think portals are dangerous? Well, I don't think so, because if you want to communicate with a spirit, you might as well leave the portal open, because every time you're going to communicate with them, you're always going to open a new portal. So what's the point of keeping open and shutting, open and shutting, open and shutting all the time? Yeah, okay, you might get the odd negative spirit come through that may cause you a bit of harm, or cause you some grief, or start throwing things around. But I'm okay with that. If anything happens, it's my own stupid fault for leaving the portal open. But I don't really close them. If I get anything really negative happen, then I will probably say, right, okay, that's enough for this month. I'll close the portal down. I'll do a saging. I'll do the blessing in the house. I'll get the Bible and read a few prayers, and hopefully close them down. If stuff